But they have a couple of cards that don't have an age limit. A lot of people will tell you 16, 18, that's how old you have to be. But no, they have a couple of cards. Bank of America, Chase, Citibank, Capital One, and Wells Fargo. All of those don't have an age limit when it comes to putting people on your credit.
Welcome to the We Got Problems podcast with co-hosts Curtis G. Martin, Rhonda L. Brown, and Khalif Johnson Sr., the one and only podcast where solutions get discussed to our community's everyday troubles. Each week, you will hear mind-blowing conversations and actionable tips and strategies that you can implement in your daily life to become more effective. We got problems and we got solutions.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is We Got Problems, where we discuss solutions. I'm Curtis G. Martin, and I'm here with my co-host, Rhonda L. Brown.
Hey, everybody.
My second co-host, Khalif Johnson Sr.
Peace, y'all. How y'all doing?
Hey, and today we're going to talk a little bit about credit. Y'all, what y'all think about credit?
Oh, you know how important credit is, Kurt. You know, credit is everything. I once heard a wise man said he stopped using his debit card once he got his credit card together, and he never used his debit card again.
Yeah, no, that's important. You know, when you use debit card, your debit card is actually tied to your bank, right? So when you're using your debit card, if somebody steal your credit card number or your debit card number, they're gonna drain all your cash. But if somebody steal your credit card number, you can call your credit card company and say, "Hey, that's not me," and they're gonna wipe it off right then and there. The debit card, they actually got to do an investigation for you to get your money back. And then you got to think about too, you want to use that credit card so you can get reward points. If you was gonna spend this money anyway, you're gonna spend that cash anyway, you might as well get some reward points for it.
And you get reward points for signing up for them and spending a certain amount too. It's a win-win situation. Then, what do you use the reward points for?
Some of everything. My recent one, oh look, I just got it sitting here too, an Apple Watch. So what I ended up doing was I had enough reward points. My phone went bad, and I don't buy phones just to buy phones, right? That's part of managing my money and managing my credit, right? So I had my American Express, and they give me mad points for it. So I got gift cards from Apple off of American Express for points. Phone was like $1,400, so I got three $500 gift cards for Apple. When I got the $500 gift cards, I went in there to buy a phone, but I showed them my phone. They was like, "Oh no, we can fix this today." But I knew I couldn't be without my phone. So that's why I was going to buy one. If they was going to hold my phone, I was going to fix it and give it to one of the kids and let them get an upgrade. So once they said they could fix it today, I kept the gift cards. I didn't even spend them. Then they was burning a hole in my pocket, right? Actually, I got the phone fixed with one of them. And then so now I got another 1,200 left. So I went back and I ended up buying two watches. Bought me and my mom's a watch, an Apple Watch, right? So that was free. And the biggest one we've done was we went on vacation, 13 of us, flights, hotels, and we paid for the cruise, but flights and hotels was free because we
Wow.
use reward points.
The cool thing about it is, you know how they have timeshares and all of that, and you get the points off your cards with the timeshare now. Hilton has one where they do points off timeshare. So you can kind of take your timeshare, instead of buying a timeshare, you're buying points where you can use them on different properties and different spaces where you can use. So I thought that was really cool. And also, like you said, the gift cards for food, and also you got gift cards for like, oh, they also give you cash back with them too as well.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Depending on who you banking with and who you got your card with, they mess around and give you $50, $25 gift cards and stuff in cash. So just depending on how you want to work it.
Yeah, some of my credit cards, they give me 5% cash back for buying gas, right, at certain
Yeah.
gas stations. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I make sure I use certain credit cards when I go certain places. So you can't use that method if you're not paying that money off, right? Like, so when I use that method, I put everything I spend on a credit card. I got 3 cards that I use in rotation. And then as I'm using them in rotation, I'll go back and I'll pay either half of it or all of it. A lot of times I pay half and then pay half, like I pay it twice a month. But a lot of times I'll just pay it all and then get it out of the way. And then I make sure too. So one thing I do too, because some people don't like being online paying their bills all the time. You got some people even still go to the bank to pay their bills, and ain't nothing wrong with that. And I'll tell you why in a second. I make sure I set my automatic payments. So in case I get busy, say we out of town, we having fun, we doing something, and I don't have time to pay one of my bills, it automatically gonna pay that minimum. right?
Mm-hmm.
So at least I paid that minimum, and then I don't let them charges ride because the stuff I was spending on anyway, I don't want to start getting interest for that stuff that I had to buy anyway. So I use that money that I had for that purchase anyway, and then I go ahead and pay it down.
Easy call. That's an
Yeah.
And
easy call. That makes sense.
that helps with your credit score too, doesn't it?
Well, it helps to use your card a lot when it's time for me to actually get an increase. That's really gonna help then, right? Like I ain't worried about my spending helping me paying 2 times a month helping my score, right? I'm worried about my
Mm-hmm.
spending, so they know I spend. So one of the tactics I use is I call up my credit card company and say, hey, I'm gonna make a big purchase. I don't want to get dinged with no charges. And they look and see that I pay my card off all of the time. Boom, they gonna give it to me. You got to be careful nowadays because a lot of them, what they're doing is hitting you with a hard inquiry. You still have some companies that won't hit you with a hard inquiry for credit limit increase, but some will. And then if they give you enough to where some of them won't even check without doing that inquiry. And then now they have some cards that they'll pre-approve you for the card and then hit you with the inquiry after they give you the card. That's to entice you to go ahead and get the card. Right. Some
Mm-hmm.
people don't want to get that inquiry knowing they might not get the card. But for me, I know my data points is right. So I don't worry about it. I know I'm gonna get any card I put out for.
Yeah, they have a tendency to keep on sending all the little fluff in the mail. What do you do with all of that stuff? You know what I mean? When they always offering you cards, this one and that one, do you take them seriously or do you just junk most of that?
No, I definitely look at mines. Like if you don't want to get that mail, you can call this number and then now they won't send you that junk mail. But you're gonna miss some offers as well, right? So I definitely look through all of that stuff because they might send me a credit card that says 0% interest for 12 months. And if I happen to have a big balance on another card that's hitting me with 15% interest, I can transfer that whole balance over to this new card. Now I'm not paying no interest. Now, whatever I was paying in interest, I'm going to use that money to help get this card down now. And I got 12 months. And if I'm still in a bind, I'm gonna do that every year so I can use that 12-month interest, and then I keep rolling it down till I get it off. And then also you can call your credit card company sometimes and see if they have some type of promotional thing going, and they'll give you interest free for a year, for 6 months, whatever it is. You got to learn how to work the game.
For a credit card that you already have?
Yeah, yeah. For a credit card I
Oh, I
already
didn't
have.
know that.
They make me buy stuff all the time. I know that you need to keep your house in order, right? Stuff break, you need to buy it again, right? Like right now, I was looking at my sink. It got a bunch of scratches in it, chips is in it. I need to go to a stainless steel because we just bought a stainless steel refrigerator. So I need to go to a stainless steel sink.
Hmm.
I'm
Are
liable to
you
go in there and they tell me interest free. I'm gonna buy a stainless steel sink and get it put in,
or you
right?
can
Put it
go
on my card.
you can go black. You know they got the black granite sinks as well. They go
Well,
perfect.
that's something else. I need that work done too, so I can buy the granite too on my credit card, right? Have somebody
Yeah.
to do it. Have somebody to do it, and then get that 12 months and pay it off. So now it didn't hit me all at once to get that done, right? You see a lot of people when we talk this interest free for a year, right? People have good credit, they car go bad, but they don't have no cash. They got good credit, no cash. Car go bad, they got a nice BMW. BMW go bad. I don't know if y'all know a transmission for a BMW like $5,000. Right? So now they finna put that on the card. No, I'm gonna get one of them interest-free cards. Boom, put it on there, and then now I'm gonna pay it down slowly and not let it hurt my pockets or not let me put it on this credit card. And now it's charging me all this interest. Now I'm end up paying 6,000-7,000 for that transmission because the interest is rolling over.
So
Mm-hmm.
you got to make sure you pay it off before the 12 months is over.
Yeah.
I get emails and letters that from my credit card company saying, "Hey, we'll give you an increase without any impact to your credit." Do you see that a lot?
I don't see it a whole lot, but whenever they do it, you definitely take it. That's like saying, hey, Kurt, you want this 10,000? No, no, I'm good. I don't need it. You can pay me back whenever you want. If you use any of it, you can pay me back whenever you want. I'm only gonna ask for a little bit a month. Yeah, let me get that 10. Right? Every time they tell me a credit increase, like I don't even like them companies that want me to have to say yes to it. Just give it to me. Like shit. Just send me a letter in the mail, say, hey, we increased your credit by another 20,000. Oh, cool. Like, yeah, I gotta have that.
And see, that's why, because I know I asked you the one time because I thought it was odd. I've never Who does
No,
that?
but see, that's the name of the game. They know you. They know you are good for them. So the name of the game is to get you to where you're paying a bunch of interest. So they know that with your 20,000, you're not paying no interest. Maybe if I give her 50,000, then she'll get to the point where she having it roll over, right? And then
I
now
ain't
they can
paying
make
no
some money.
interest.
Yeah, no, that's the name of the game. The name of the game is to not pay them, make them pay you, right? And then by what I mean by that, right, as they keep giving you money, now you use that money in a way to where you can make money, right? Like say us three, for instance, we started a company together. At some point, we're gonna get into some real estate, right? We all got Navy Federal giving us these 25, $30,000 credit cards, right? So say we go
Mhm.
Mhm.
buy a house. Somebody take the money off their credit card, put the down payment. Somebody else take the money off their card and buy all the material to fix it. The other person take the money off their card to pay the contractors, right? So we 75, just say we use all of it. We 75,000 in. The house
Mhm.
is worth 300,000 now once it get fixed up. We sell the house. We paid 120,000 we bought the house for. We pay off our credit cards for 75,000. Then we split 100,000. It's easy
Easy money.
game.
But
That's
you got to
what I
have good
mean.
credit in order to do that.
Yeah, you got to
So,
have good credit.
what do you do with it? Let's say, like, I come to you, my credit score is 500. I got a bunch of inquiries. I got eviction, bankruptcy. What do I have to do?
First thing I would do is tell you to clean up your personal information. Let me back up. You got to analyze your report, see what's all on it, of course. But the first thing to attack is your personal information. Once you attack that personal information, you know they have every name you've used, right? So say if you got married, they have that name, they have your maiden name, right? They have, if they made a mistake and type your name wrong, that name is there. If you happen to use your middle name, that name is there. With like you can have 20, 30 names on there. So I wouldn't, just imagine this. If somebody came to Kurt, let me borrow $1,000. And I look, let me see your ID, man, run their credit, and I see they got 30 names on there. Like, who is this dude? I don't really know him. I ain't trying to let him get my money. He got all these addresses. He gonna be gone. He not gonna be at the place where I know him to be at to get my money
Mhm.
back. So I don't want to get with him. So I would clean up that personal info, right? It just makes your credit report looks clean. So you taking off all the old names, all the old addresses, all the old employers, and you do that by sending in a letter, a dispute letter, and telling them that they basically reporting fraudulent information, and then they'll remove that. And now you're in the clean part. Then you go to your inquiries. I usually like to go slow. You get some people. It's a lot of credit repair people out here that attack everything at once. Sometimes that strategy don't work, or you got a lot of credit repair people out here that they'll claim fraud on everything. Man,
Mhm.
everything can't be fraud when you know it's you, right? You did it. You still at the same address. How is it fraud? All these years you've been paying the note, and then all of a sudden now it's fraud, right? It don't make sense to me, right? So I attack them one at a time, right? I go with my inquiries. Now that I get the inquiries off, and I usually like sending mine still old school. You got people that have tricks to where they calling in and saying that the inquiries was fraudulent. Right, like all that I ain't into. We're gonna fight these inquiries, and hopefully these companies make mistakes, right? So technicalities,
Mhm.
loopholes. That's what I'm looking for. Right.
Mhm.
So if I can get them on a technicality, then they got to remove it. Now that stuff is removed. And what's
Mhm.
cool about it is I'm not doing nothing illegally. I'm just asking them to verify the information. And when they can't verify the information, they have to remove it. Right. So I didn't do nothing illegal. I didn't say it was fraud. Right. I ain't trying to defraud nobody.
So, what if they don't remove it?
So when they don't remove it on them technicalities, that's when now I go into these letters, right? So I get deep, and usually I start looking for stuff like the inquiries. I won't worry about too much, but when it comes to the collections, when they won't remove those, I'll start sending different letters, right? So when I send them that first letter, I'm not saying that it's fraudulent. I'm not saying it's not mine. I'm saying I need you to verify this. By law, I can ask you to verify it. I can ask you to verify the amount. I can ask you to verify the account. And when I ask you this, you got 30 days to respond. If you don't respond within 30 days, you have to remove it.
By law.
So, yeah, by law. So when I do that, if they come back and say, "Yeah, this is your account because of this," most of the time they miss it. Like you wouldn't believe how many times they miss it because they're not into following the law. A lot of times, a lot of these companies break the law. Can I say they crooked? I don't know if they do it by mistake or if they do it on purpose, right? Like, but I know they break the law. But what they do is they don't respond, and then a lot of times they respond late. And how do I like get ahead of the game? I will actually get my credit report right in the comments section under each account. If they responded in time within them 30 days, it says disputed by consumer in there. If it don't say disputed by consumer in there, then I know they haven't did it. So now I have my credit report, right? I have the date I send that letter certified mail, the day they signed for it. I got proof that they signed for it on this day. I even go to USPS.gov or whatever it is .com,
Mm-hmm.
and I go in there and I screenshot the information as well. And now I have this letter saying that they signed for it. Now I give them 30 days. On that 31st day, I download my credit report. Now I'm looking inside my credit report to see if it says disputed by consumer. If it don't say disputed by consumer, then they broke the law. And I got proof. I got proof the day they signed for it. And then I got a credit report showing that it don't say disputed by consumer in there. Then I filed a complaint with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is to make sure that these people are following the law. So we got a government agency. In my opinion, they really not there to help me. They're gonna help this company first. And
Mm-hmm.
normally they do. But by me knowing the law, all I got to do is push them in the way of the law. And if I push
Mm-hmm.
them, if I send them letters and let them know how the law should be, they look it up like, damn, he right. Hey, he right. Y'all need to do this. Right. So then we have it. But a lot of them companies will send you a bill back when they verify it.
What you
They
mean?
So they
Which
send
what you
you a
owe.
bill. They send you a bill what you owe. Hey, but look, that's not the right information though. So they try to beat them 30 days by sending you a bill. No, what I'm asking for is I need the original document saying that you and I had a contract with each other. If they can't produce that, how could they win in court? If it come down to it, I will sue you because I asked you for the document and you don't have it. Now, sometimes they'll have that document, but either way, I'm still not letting up on it because now they didn't respond within 30 days. Now they sent me a bill, right? They still haven't sent me the document. Now they known to play games, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
they broke the law by not responding. Now they sending me a bill sent in the place of the documents I asked for. You know what I'm gonna do now? I'm gonna look through this credit report and I'm gonna look for anything I can find. A trick that they do, a lot of people don't realize, is they send you the collections, right? You already dropped 100 points on your credit report. When they send you the collections, what they end up doing is you look at your credit report. Sometimes that account will say open. How can this account be open and in collections?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So that's something else they lying about. Now I send them a letter about that. And then find something else in there. Like it's so many things you can find, right? A section where it says date of last activity. And they'll put something like 4/28 of 2022. Wait, no, this account was closed in 2017. So how is it still having activity? Somebody
Right.
lying. When I say I'm looking at these couple of places, right? They have what's called Metro 2 compliance. It's 67 fields that has to get reported to these credit repair agencies. And they have to have the information in all 67 of them, and it has to be correct. And a lot of times they can't do that.
So you saying it's easy to fix your credit? It's just about making them follow the law that's set up.
Basically, and then becoming a thorn in their ass to where you costing them more money than it takes for them to go ahead and remove this, right? Because they didn't broke the law already. But you know what I find a lot of people don't really have bad debt or a lot of bad debt. They might owe 6 accounts, but they only owe 200 on this one. It's a gas bill, 150 on this one, a cell phone bill, right? Like I seen it a lot. They owed a water bill when they left and didn't pay them water bills. Like who knew when we moved, they sent a last bill? We don't know that shit. We just move and we go. We don't tell the mailman to follow me with the mail. We just start filling out for new shit. Right? That's how we get out in our community, right?
Hey,
So
follow me, bro. Hey, mailman, follow me, bro. You know I'm gonna need you
yeah,
to bring my bills to the new place. Don't worry about
yeah.
that. I need that.
Yeah, we normally don't do that. Like now we learning that we supposed to put in that slip to tell the mail people that we moved, right? And then now our shit can come to us, right? But I don't know. Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of big debt. Like I see some people, they have some debt that's out of this world, right? Where they done foreclosed on their house, right, at 500,000, right? Credit cards got bad 30,000, 70,000. I've seen it, right? We fix people. I've had people that fix their own credit. Like I walk them through fixing their own credit. I love people that walk through fixing their own credit because they should have get fixed faster, and then they'll respect it more.
Mm-hmm.
Right? When you get them people that want to do it quickly, and I do it for them, I've seen them double back asking me, can they do it again? Like, shit, your shit ain't even in collections yet, right? You just done ran it up again already.
So we're talking about repairing our credit. So those of us that have children, how do we get them set up so they don't have to go through? When I was growing up, credit cards was like a bad thing to do. Like that's just something you don't get as credit cards. You either have the money or you don't.
That freshman year in college when they tear your head off with those little booths, everybody going, they get a new cell phone. Hey, we got a brand new cell phone for you. Go ahead and get this card. Here go $500. They give you a few dollars and you max it out immediately, and they immediately throw it on your credit report, and then you wonder why you got bad credit for the rest of your college year.
And that's what happened. But we got to teach our kids credit, and this go for everything, right? I was in this group, and one of our mentors was saying that you should be teaching your kids. Like we go to the store and we like, here, no, I'm gonna run to the store, so I'm gonna leave the kids at home. You know what? You got a missed opportunity for them to learn how to go to the store
and shop for themselves.
And shop. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you take them, and then you have to learn to tell them, no, we can't get this, and this is why. Explain to them why you can't get this, right? Don't be embarrassed to say we don't have the money. Like my kids know we have the money, right? But I was like, no, we can't spend our money on every little thing. Remember, we already spent for this, so now we got to get within our budget, right? So you're teaching them about the budget, you're teaching them about everything. So that's the same thing with credit. Like, right, like my kids for almost 2 years, they have had credit cards already.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I made them authorized users on one of my credit cards. So now when they get 18, they're going to have all that history for their profile. But what I do is I let them use their credit cards, right? I take them to the store, and my son, he done got to where I got him in a good space. All three of them really in a good space to where they'll discuss if they're going to use their credit card or not. Mm-hmm. And then they'll say, well, no, I bought the food the last time. I bought lunch the last time. It's your turn to buy lunch. They do stuff like that, right? So that's teaching them how to be responsible with their credit. So my son, I took him out one day, and I said, I'm just going to see where his head's at. I'm like, hey, could you buy this for me? I had two jackets, 2 blazers. He bought them. He's like, Daddy, those was $200 and something. I was like, yeah. I said, well, I'll pay it. He like, all right. I said, but you can get this for my birthday, and then you just pay it. He was like, no, let's wait till your birthday, then we'll get you something. I was like, all right, yeah. No, we go somewhere else. We do it again. And then he come home. It was bothering him because he like, hey, guys, Daddy used my credit card, and he used it 3 times, and once was $200 and something. Now, like he was explaining, like, hey, watch it when you go with Daddy. Don't just use it. Right? You can't be using your credit card. So we got to teach them about credit and how to work within it, right? And so my goal for my kids is to, when they go to college, right? Like I know everybody talking like you don't have to go to college. I'm cool with that. You don't have to, but I want some lawyers, right? Like I want some doctors.
I want that option on the table.
Yeah,
you don't have to go, but if you want to go,
yeah, I want some engineers.
Have a career you want to get into, that option on the table.
I still want them to be entrepreneurs. I still want them to be business owners, but sometimes you have to go for certain knowledge. Like you can't just, I guess you can become a holistic doctor anyway. That's a whole nother episode, right? But anyway, I want them when they go to college, right? That's the main point. When they go to college, to buy a house. So if they stick to tradition and go right here in California, it's going to be a little more. So they might need a little help, maybe not. I want them to be able to buy a house, 7 bedrooms, especially if we go to one of them big college towns where it's really a small town, but huge for football, huge for basketball. Their academics is strong. And when they get there, they buy a house and they are freshmen. You go find 4 more freshmen, 6 more freshmen to move in that house with you. Now you charging them freshmen so much, and you supplying the TVs, you supplying everything. All they have to do is move in and keep it clean. And you charge them a down payment, and you charge them a monthly fee. Mm-hmm. And then you charge them for bills.
That's right? The game in a nutshell.
And then now they giving you so much money to where you're not paying for anything. They're paying for it.
So you're using your place of residence as your place of business in the same
Yeah,
breath.
yeah. They basically they living here and they paying the rent. I'm not paying. I'm actually making money. For all them ones that don't have a car, I'm gonna go buy 2 cars and say, hey, if you guys do this, y'all can use this car too. If y'all pay this much money, you can use this car, but you can use it only this many times a week. We got to coordinate, and this how much it costs per day to use the car, right? So they don't have to have a car. They can just jump in this car on the days they need it, and then some days they all can take the car and carpool because they all got classes at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now this car is paying you, and then you use that to pay your car note. Right, you pay the car note for the car that's shared, and you pay the other car note with that same money, right? So that's teaching them how to have good credit. Coming out the gate, in 10 years, they'll have 10 more years of history, right? Plus all my history on their credit report. You don't have to give your kids the credit card, right? You can keep the credit card, but just have them on the card.
So are there different like locks or like, if you do give your kid the credit card, can they just go anytime and spend any amount of money, or can you put like a limit on there?
Some cards have it to where you can cap them. Some cards have it to where you can actually get notifications to know what they're spending on. So it's ways. And after a while, your kids gonna get smart and know that you nosy, and they ain't gonna want that card anyway. They gonna want to get their own. Another way is to have your kids already going in as business minded, and they know just to only use yours. Like when I say, hey, you can go buy this, then that's when you use my card. Other than that, you use your card. And then at some point, I'm going to take all my cards back. And then now you're going to ride off yours. And then we're going to keep you paying off your own stuff. But they have a couple of cards that don't have an age limit. A lot of people will tell you 16, 18. That's how you have to be. But no, they have a couple of cards. Bank of America, Chase, Citibank, Capital One, and Wells Fargo. They all of those don't have an age limit when it comes to putting people on your credit. And I it was crazy. I was on social media and somebody was arguing me. Oh, that don't work. I did this and I did that. I was like, okay. You know what I did? I didn't even respond. I sent a picture with my kids' credit card and said, these are my kids' credit cards right here. They 8 and 9. And I sent all 4 of mine and theirs, right? Just show the pictures. And then I finally responded later after the picture and said that it works. The question should have been, how did you get it to work? Not that it don't work because what you did, right? Sometimes we don't have the right information. She called the people and asked them. The people that work there don't know. This are little known secrets. These are secrets that ain't supposed to get out. Only the people that know. Right? That's the way this is, right? So what I did was I did mines online for anybody that want to do it. I did mines online, right? And when I did them online, it just asked me for their social, their birthday. Boom, card came in the mail.
Yeah, same with mine. And my son just got his Cash App card, so he was really proud of himself for that because he uses Cash App like crazy. Being in high school now, he uses Cash App like crazy. So
see, my kids haven't got there yet, but now that we get into the shirt business, I'm finna get them some Cash Apps and I'm finna hook their phones up totally. With credit repair, we need our credit. Like you can have good credit and go and start getting into the Turo business, the hire car, where you starting your own rental car business because you buying cars, right? You just got to get with somebody that has this information and don't be scared to purchase some information from somebody and then run with it, right? Like most of the people that complain about courses is the people that take the course and don't do anything. It didn't work for them. No, it didn't work for you.
From the team at CRC Empire, we want to thank you for listening. To stay connected with us, like, share, and subscribe to the We Got Problems podcast. You can find us on social media platforms at CurtisMartin247, at Rhonda Wrights Official, and at the_trash_vegan_. We got problems and we got solutions.